What's going on? It's your boy Ordie bringing you another TLSS update. In this video, I just kind of wanted to reiterate the 0.0115 to 0.0125 bottom that I'm foreseeing to kind of give us that V bottom formation and get us on out of here. And there's also a couple other things that I've noticed as of late that I wanted to go ahead and just kind of point out to you. It's like I mentioned before, it's the exact same until it's different. Uh, as of right now, it's still the exact same. And I showed you this before. Once this happened, it could cross the 0.236 here, about 2.5 cents, and it came on down. And over here, I said I wasn't going to get excited until it did cross 2 cents, or I really gave it 2.5 cents because that's where this resistance level was. But the fib level told me that it was going to be 2 cents, was to be what to watch out for if this was still continuing to play out just as this was. And that is exactly what happened. Now, the most interesting thing about this, and yet to be seen, is after the fact, you could guess that, the 1.236 is where it came down to, which just so happened to be 1 cent exactly. And if we was to do that again here, coming from the low to the high, you're looking at the 1.236 being right there. I mean, right around that 0.0115 mark, 0.0116, if it was to do that exact same thing again. The inverse of that, though, as you can see here, is a whole lot better of an outlook, which is right there to that 11.5 cent mark if it was to do a full Fibonacci extension that I have been calling for since beginning of the year. I had mentioned in a previous video about Elliott waves that if we was to be experiencing an ABC correction down here, that this 4 cent level would be where the C leg extended to as far as the retracement goes, because typically that's what you see in an ABC, is for it to come back to the 0.618. Now, if we was to be repeating this exact same cycle again, it's very possible that that could be the case. This is kind of about what we would be looking at here. So far, it's who's to say? And this takes us down to the 0.012 level, somewhere right in there, if this was to play out. And it takes us right there to that 0.618 as an ABC correction, which the C leg has 5 waves in it. This gives you A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for your C leg. Also see how this whole cycle here, the 0.618 Fibonacci lands right there. So you got that, where I pulled that from, because that would be where the ABC, the 0.618 would be measured from that. But of this entire bear market here, then that's where the 0.618 is just right here. And so something I want to kind of just show you here. This Wall Street cheat sheet. Let me fix this real quick. Too many options here. That's why. Turn it up where we can see it. So you can see this is a standard kind of market cycle, and the feelings that give, if you want to kind of look at this, you just type it into Google or whatever, Wall Street cheat sheet. That this kind of leads me to believe. So we had this feeling of euphoria right here. It retraced to complacency. That happened here. Here's the anxiety. Here's the denial. Here's the panic. I would say this right here, of this time of anger, would be all of this. I would say we would have a relief rally. The relief rally might bring us up to that 0.016 level. Okay. After that, it's going to be a while going down, I believe. And this happens each cycle in any chart. And then that's kind of when we will get that 0.0125 to 0.015 level. And as you can see here, this also gives me that V bottom that I have been looking for quite some time now. So let's look at the weekly chart real quick. Does anybody want to tell me that this right here is not a double bottom? Let me show you just an easy comparison real quick. That's not what I wanted to go to. All right. Let me just hide all that. We don't even need, none of that matters. For a future video. Also, let me put it to the 1 hour. So you see what happened right here? We had that double bottom, comes up, relief rally, comes back down, another relief rally. Wow. And one more time it comes down without setting any new lows. It was still higher lows before it takes on off. So if we go back to our TLSS, on the 1 week, we had our double bottom, relief rally, comes back down. It's not setting new lows. It set higher lows each time because this one low was 0.0099. This one low 0.01. So setting higher lows. So we know what we can measure to predict what this double bottom will give us because we've done this in the past, right? If we take this entire move here, actually, I should do it the other way. We're going back up. We're expecting to go up. So this entire move here, 2,700%. We should be able to flip that number, right? Should be able to go from its top, 2,700%. Puts this right. Let me zoom in, make it easier. Dang. Yeah. Right there about that $7.70 mark. Because that's what double bottoms do. The neckline to the lowest or highest shoulder, if it's a double top or double bottom. That distance from its neckline. So we should expect to see a $7.70 share price at some point. All right, and one last thing I would like to leave you with here is put these time frames on here. So from this bottom to this top took 50 bars for 36 days, 54-hour bars. And this one took 57 bars, 43 days. Now, from this high to this low took 188 days. We're still not sure about this one because we haven't broken out yet. So we can't say they're low here. But what I noticed, I don't need that. I need 50 bars to 57 bars is a 14% increase. Now, I don't know if this means too much, but the whole lengthening cycle theory, and maybe this cycle is going to be about 14% longer, you know? So if that was the case, in this 261 bars, where we ended today is 303 bars. That's a 16.1% increase in bars. So does this have any correlation at all? I'm not really sure. It's just something that I had kind of noticed. Um, does it have to be the same if there is any relevance? I'm not really too sure, but I think it goes to show that the bottom, wherever it will be, is right on the verge of happening if it hasn't already. Um, I can't give it more than next week. I just really can't. It just seems to me that it's that time for something to play out. There's no way it can stay this flat for this long. Um, Investors are just going to get impatient with those little swings. And traders, not investors. I can show you this too on the 1 week. So it took 5 weeks from bottom to top. It took 6 weeks to bottom to top, from bottom to top. So let's say next week sets our low. So we'll just start it there. And maybe this one takes 7 bars to play out. Well, that would be putting our top at October 11th of this year, wherever that top comes in at. I just thought that was pretty cool. Really kind of fit in with the timeline, September, October timeline and everything. And that's kind of what I'm looking for, the week of October 11th. Let's see how close this puts us. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Sunday I'll be doing a crypto video, doing kind of a recap of the week, as well as showing you what I'll be looking for in the week ahead. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss that video or any other of my fabulous content. Until the next one.